unfortunately, because it is raining, but we're here. We've shown up. We have practiced, that which is in our control, regardless of that which is outside of our control. Good morning, Brother Dan. I don't know if you know, but I hope you know how happy it makes me to see you here with such a, I want to say fury, with such a immediacy. Thank you so much for joining me, Dan. I appreciate you, man. How are you feeling? How are you doing? How's the family, dude? I might get rained on a little bit. Here it comes, yeah. As I was saying it, the wind started throwing drops at me horizontally. You know what? Ermias Plur. Did I say, indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends? If I didn't, I've said it twice now. Good. Because you are, indeed, beloved and holy friend. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing some space with me. Thank you for practicing that which is in your control. I appreciate you for that. And I feel this thing we're saying is so perfect. So perfect for today's topic. It goes, your life is your way home. If you do not live it fully, how can you ever arrive home? And I don't know if it's exactly 100% related to the thing we want to talk about today, but it's in the context of these things inside and outside of our control, and it's very specifically influenced by a Stoic quote, one of Epictetus. Epictetus, there we go, that's the right way to say it, I believe. Epictetus said that men, in his words, but human beings, are not so much bothered by the things that happen, but by our opinions of the things that happen. I was thinking about that. And then, parallel to that thought, I was thinking about a conversation I had with Christian about being in control of everything, if you will. From an infinite perspective, let's say it. And it's been interesting to me to see how if I bother myself with things that are outside of my control, if I get worked up by things that are outside of my control, how quickly it ruins my life experience. And I'm saying life experience as if, it's like something that lasts for years. Just the experience of living life right now in this moment. If I'm living this moment in a way where I'm like, this thing that is out of my control, let's say the rain. I'm not really too bothered by the rain today, but let's say the rain, for example. This rain, now I have to be under a roof. How dare you, rain? Then just by being in that state of mind, we instantly ruin any potential enjoyment to be had from our life experience. And if these things are supposed to happen, if these things are bound to happen, they're out of our control after all, then I think it's even more important that we heed this thing we're saying. Again, your life is your way home. If you do not live it fully, how can you ever arrive? How can you ever arrive? And I feel we do not live life as fully as we can because, relating to yesterday's topic, we have certain expectations on it. I'm getting so rained on. So, okay, let me show you. I'm sorry, YouTube friends, but it's like there's a roof above me, right? But no, drops are coming sideways. Fine, I'll suck it up. I'll sit in the rain. What? No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Suddenly it starts raining harder. Oh goodness. Man, my phone is wet now. Now it's messing with my chat. Oh, don't. Sorry, man. I'm sorry. Stop it. Oh goodness. I'm gonna be soaking wet after the stream. I'm just gonna put my book away. And I don't think anything, like, I mean, the cushion should be fine. I'll just leave it in the sun for a bit. Sit here. Just gonna sit here in the rain. You will defeat me? I'll be happy. I'm gonna smile even harder. The harder you rain, the harder I'll smile. Because every drop that falls is water for the farm, so. Thank you, rain. Thank you. Even for raining on me as well. I appreciate it. I genuinely do. First, yes, I think you were on the Reddit, definitely, Jem. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm surprised that you're on streaming right now. Good morning, Nelson the dog. Thank you for joining me, brother Bear. Oh, puppy, you don't have to sit with me. You don't have to sit here. Oh, she was like sitting there, and she was getting rained on. And I just see like her little eyes like this when the rain hits her. Oh, she doesn't want to have it. I think I'm gonna put the cushion away. I think it's gonna get too wet. Like it's pretty much soaking. Yes. It's always under our control though. I know! That's the point I'm trying to make actually. Rain is so loud and the Reddit's unusable. Aquamelt. I'm not surprised. Like, I think the internet might be a little bit affected by it. I was happy to embrace it though. You know, because again, in this context of things outside of our control, I was sitting in the rain, getting rained on. And technically, I put myself in a position where I wasn't going to get rained on, you know, underneath the roof, which was inside of my control. It was outside of my control that the rain was going to come down, you know, perpendicular, if you will. But upon realizing that now something outside of my control is being thrusted upon me, instead of like lamenting, instead of having a problem with that, I just went into the rain on purpose. You know? Take back that control. They're like, oh yeah? Oh yeah, you're gonna rain on me? I'll let it rain on me. Myself. Can't do anything that I'm not willing to do to myself. And on that level, I completely agree, Melita. Thank you for your wisdom as well, my friend. Raining it is, Jem. Raining it is. Ninja Nanner says, morning, Melty family. Hope you've all been well. Our reactions always in our control, but often our reactions control us. Ninja Nanner. Is this considered the rainy season? Or is it just thunderstorm? No, it's the rainy season, brother Bear. We have rain during our summers, and it's been coming down a lot as of late. It's very nice. I'm very grateful. Like, every drop of rain is very much necessary for the farm. The rain makes the stream more elemental. I feel that way as well. I feel like it's a little bit more rugged. Like some chaos energy got sprinkled in there somewhere. Isaac says, good morning, everybody. Lovely to see you all. Lovely to see you, Isaac. Let me move back a little bit. Thank you for joining us again, my brother Bear. How are you doing? How are you feeling today? The rain looks fun. It is salty. It's a little bit cold. I think it's because there's some wind alongside with it. But it's been so hot today that it's very nice. Like, I'm not complaining at all. I gotta add to this, I was told that emotions create a debtor relationship. Anger is when you feel you are owed something. So when you are angry, you feel something or someone owes you. Colonel, I wish you were here for yesterday's chat, my friend. We were talking about expectations and how we have these expectations of other people and how these expectations of other people basically create a scenario in which we can be angry at one another. So the fact that you're saying that, I feel, is so beautifully resonant. Thank you for sharing it with us. Hermias Blur. This is totally random aside from the topic, but I was told you've done impressions of our Uncle Becky and Nelson, and I humbly beg you to do them. It would make my day. No pressure though. I wonder if Jem is still here. No, I want to, but I actually practiced. I practiced before I did those impressions. How do I channel the Irish? I'm like imagining Nelson, seeing Nelson in my mind's eye, then listening to Nelson, and then trying to mimic how Nelson sounds in my mind. And that's a lot of steps, and I lose so much information every single time I render him. Maybe on another stream, Jam. Maybe not on this one. I feel like I'm in too much of a chaotic mind state right now to be useful. Oh, let me see if I can break myself here. I found that rain over here too. I found that rain over here too. I feel like I'm missing something, Jovan. This specific rain? I mean, it's not impossible. I've got... Okay. That makes more sense. That's amazing. So at least we're like in unison. Like we're synchronizing with the weather as well. I'm not the only one that has to sit in the... Well, maybe I am the only one that's sitting in the rain. But I don't have to be the only one sitting in the rain. Okay. And I want to do it, Jem. I like a part of me really wants to get into it already, but I want to practice first. It's already bad enough that I don't know how to. To release that anger is to admit nothing is owed to you, or to forgive the debt you think you're owed. I agree completely, Colonel. And I've taken on that way of living in my relationships as well now. I believe I was living like that for the longest time, but now I'm doing it consciously. Where I reference and I ask myself in every single moment, do I expect something of this person, of this conversation, of this interaction? And by letting myself know the no, I in fact do not expect anything from this conversation, interaction, whatever. I allow myself and the other person a lot more freedom. So I appreciate you sharing that message as well, my friend. We have Kate joining us. Thank you for joining us, my friend, here as well. Kate actually tuned into me and Ryan's yoga session this morning, and she plans on doing it again. Morning all, Kelly! Kelly, thank you for joining me, friend. I feel it's perfect. I feel it's so beautiful, because I was thinking about this topic, kind of planning to bring this topic into the space today. And I set my stream up, and it just starts raining. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly how it should be. As we're talking about not getting angry about things outside of our control. Something outside of my control happens that I could, but will not be angry about. Melty, fine, I'll just stuck around. Rate harder. How do you like me now? I'm happy you noticed it as well. I was wondering if it was gonna come through on the audio. But it was like instantly, as I was like, jokingly challenging the rain is like, oh yeah, bitch. You want to swim? You want me to make you swim? I'll make everything swim. There's a bunch of mountains around me. I'll use them as a dam. Please, rain. Have mercy. Have mercy on us all. That's what it looks like here too. What are the odds? Heather, so much synchronicity. Thank you for joining me. We are connected through the rain today. We've switched from -17 to 7 degrees overnight and warning of 40 mils of rain and flooding. Goodness, that's a lot of water. Good luck, Ninja Peach. I hope you're in an area that is not prone to flooding. I don't know if that's the right word, but I wish you so much health, so much beauty. I hope the rain goes where it's necessary. Rain in South Africa as well. We're all for a long storm today, and it's 11 degrees Celsius. Here's still snow on the ground. Hey, puppy. Oh, you want to sit here with me? You want to sit here with me? You can much much. Okay. I find sometimes I struggle with. I find something I struggle with is feeling frustration at losing time. Maybe I get distracted that evening with chores or just random shit distracting me from something I want to do. I find myself thinking, ugh, it's already 9:30 p.m. Isaac, like I feel, the consistency with which you bring bits of information into this space that is so related to what I've been going through is kind of trippy. I guess it's more synchronicity. But I help my mom with baking stuff. So today that's my water. So today I had to, Puppy bumped it over. Today I had to bake some rusks. Okay, fine. Fine, okay, fine. You can sit here with me. So I was baking rusks and I really, Puppy, like you're gonna hurt yourself if you're gonna try and do something like that. Let's see how long it takes her before she wants to climb up again. Like, it's not very comfortable, I'm sorry. Usually when she's on my lap, I sit with my legs crossed so there's more surface area. Okay, Isaac. I help my mom with baking stuffs, and this morning I wake up. My like it's school again, so my parents are like up at 6, and then they take my siblings through like at 7. School starts in South Africa. So I wake up, around past 7. I see my mom sent me a message of like I'm supposed to bake something. And it's been like an area of contention between me and my mom. I have no problem with baking things. I just have a problem with her not respecting my time. So like I plan things out years in advance. But for the short term, I like have an idea of what I want to do with my day the next day. And this morning, like I've been writing a lot more, and my morning hours are the hours in which I feel I have the most means to write with. And I see this message, and we've had this conversation before of her letting me know without any notice that I'm supposed to be baking things. So, and I mentioned to her again, like, please, I have no problem with baking something. Let's just, respect one another's time because I do have things to do. I want to be able to get other things done as well. And in the same way, if I find myself doing something like that, like it takes about 2 to 3 hours out of my day every day. Those 2 to 3 hours, because I'm like constantly busy, with my hands, there's not a dull moment. I can feel a little bit drained after that situation. And that drained feeling can leave me almost not wanting to do anything else with my day. So what you're saying right now, I feel is something that I struggle with as well, my friend. And again, it's something that is kind of out of my control, And it's ironic because this conversation I had with my mom this morning, and she was willing to do it with me as well, is one of control, of being like, oh, these things are outside of our control. Let's figure out how to get them in control, especially in context of my time. And yeah, yeah, it's hilarious, dude. It's hilarious how we're all going through the same shit. We're all just human being, and it's not always easy, but at least we have one another now. Yeah, we don't have to do it alone. We can lament with one another, be like, bro, this humaning thing is difficult, yo, and I can be like, yeah, difficult. The rain stopped, ish. Floor is still wet. I'm very wet. But there is something so tranquil and lively about the farm after some water. After some water fell on the drama. Everything switch on, basically. Hey, Talia. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Sorry for taking so long to get to your message. My frustration only makes the time I do spend that evening less of a positive experience. So happy for this topic. Isaac, you're on point, friend. Like the amount of synchronicity I'm experiencing reading your words right now. Thank you for being here with me to experience this topic. I think we just have to stay aware. You know, if we get ourselves worked up about the things outside of our control, you're right. And you said it perfectly. We ruin or we reduce the likelihood of us having a positive experience when we are in control. So something happens outside of our control. Let's say 10% of the thing happening is outside of our control, and we still have this 90% of in control that we have left. But then we don't particularly utilize to the most to the fullest potential this 90% of control we do have because of this 10% of what is outside of our control. And then we, do that back and forth. I think we should just realize that we're the ones in control always. Even with the things outside of our control, to take even responsibility for those. Beautiful moment with all of you friends. Thank you for joining us, Ryan. So nice to have you here as well, Brother Bear. Thank you again. To you friends who don't know, me and Ryan have been doing yoga sessions before these streams. He does post the links to the Discord, in the Discord, to a Zoom call, and then we do yoga together where he's our instructor. I ended my stream early as I've been missing the bulk of and the core message of your streams, and I get really bad FOMO. Jeff, you flatter me, friend, especially today. The fact that you're willing to do that, I feel like today I'm so scatterbrained because, we got interrupted. And now the thing that is in my control, I feel like I'm not as in control of it. And I feel like I'm being like the world, if you will, the universe is like, oh yeah, you want to talk about this? How about you have some first-hand experience? Said the same thing. Get out of my head. It's crazy. It's crazy how many of us are synchronizing right now. What country is he in? South Africa. Called his bus. South Africa is right. The weather's summoned me. What are you doing, Kelly? Hey, Ryan. See you, the internet mom. Thanks. Thank you, Colt. Welcome. My gas, range just hit 111. And my brain said, dang, melt must be on. Here we are. And interestingly enough, okay, no. Like some of the other comments are 11 minutes. I thought yours would be as well. It was like just I thought it was gonna be a double synchronicity. Like thank you for sharing your synchronicities as well on B. Jaretto says, this motherfucker has cute fangs. You can see my fangs? I don't know if you can see them properly. Yeah, like it's crazy to me that you mentioned that because I thought about that today. Jarareto. I was like looking at myself in the mirror. I brushed my teeth. And I think I just smiled at myself. I think I manically smiled at myself. Or was like... and then, I noticed my fangs as well. And I was wondering if there is some sort of, genetic reason for me to have grown fangs. If there is something that could be said about me for the fangs I have. And the fact that you mentioned the fact literally within hours of me thinking stuff like that, it's melting my brain. Thank you, Jaretta. Damn, man. Rain makes my mood low. I'm sorry, PDF. I think then this lesson, today's, intention to share is very much for you as well. Why does it make your mood feel low? Because it is something outside of your control. And your mood, is it something inside of your control? Actually, before I say anything, you friends tell me, are our moods in our control? Or are our actions influenced by our moods, the things that are in our control, instead of our moods themselves? I would like to hear your opinion. Hey, you're the dude that smokes spliffs in South Africa, right? Yeah, damn bleed. I technically not spliffs, joints, but I don't. Pippi is dragging a blanket out of the rain and she's bumping the little tripod. Like I don't smoke joins on stream anymore, friend. Like not as a rule, just as a feeling. Like I don't feel like it's something I want to do for every single stream. Maybe like Saturdays we will still. Human banana banyan 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 yan 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 yan. How the beginning. Yeah. Melina, thank you so much for that, my friend. That killed me. KP says, "What's up, Melt? Keep up the good work. I listen and I watch on a regular. Your outlook is unique and welcoming. Awesome, bro. Keep up the good fight. Thank you so much, KP. Thank you so much, brother Bear. Oh, Sister Bear. I appreciate your love. I appreciate your willingness to share that insight with me, or yeah, insight. I literally can now see into your life, into your brain, into your perspective, and I appreciate you so so much for that. We're doing this for you. We're doing this for all of us. Like this is what we're fighting for. We're fighting for love. We're fighting for this ability to be with one another, and I'm so grateful to have such powerful beings fighting alongside with me. You're the dude, lol. I'm happy you're having a good time, Kun. I like the weather. It's perfect. Example, I like. I feel like the weather is a perfect example of things out of our control that makes us angry. And you just walk right out there into it and welcome the rain. It's a beautiful thing to see. Jem, it's what we're supposed to do. I believe, at least. And that's why I made the decision to just do it. Because I find myself so worked up sometimes. Gonna sit on the ground in the wet. I'm already wet, so I might as well embrace. As we're talking about these things outside of our control. It's not in my control that the floor is wet. It is in my control whether or not I sit down on it. It is in my control whether or not I'm gonna be bothered by it. And after I reference all of these things, yeah, I'm gonna practice the control I do have and embrace it, for whatever it is. Because, again, the Stoic quote, it's not so much about the things that happen as much as it's about our opinions of the things that happen. Oh, there's water on the patio. That's what happened. Now, I have an opinion. Oh, now I can't sit on the patio. I'm gonna get wet if I sit on the patio. Maybe there'll be bits of debris stuck to my feet and stuff if I sit on the wet patio. Maybe there will be this. Maybe there will be that. Maybe Pippi will get wet. That is where the turmoil comes from. The actual event of rain falling is outside of my control. And I'm the one that makes myself angry. The event itself isn't the thing that induces anger. I want to be dancing in that rain. Hopefully one day. Kelly, who knows, my friend? Our door is open for you. We even have my mom and my dad's approval that you friends can come around. Raining here too. Messi, we're having a good day of synchronicity. It's lovely 5 degrees Celsius today. We are having zucchini scones for tea today. Zucchini scones when it rains? As in, do you make the scones with like grated zucchinis, or do you mash them up and then use the zucchini pulp as a starch? I'm not sure exactly, but it sounds very interesting. Do let us know how it is, my friend. Me too, this is so much fun. Sometimes when the rain pours, all you can do is dance in it. What a beautiful thing that is to say, when it rains, it pours. So fitting as well, my friend. I couldn't agree more. Just embrace it. Just embrace life. Embrace the bullshit that comes along with it. Embrace the beautiful parts of it. And be thankful. Actually be thankful. There's this beautiful Zen saying. I think it's a Zen saying that goes, if you're experiencing good times right now, be thankful, be present, because bad times are coming. If you're experiencing bad times right now, be thankful, be present, because good times are coming. And it's so simple. And we know that this is very intrinsically true to the experiences we have. But we get so caught up in the things we think about, what's happening, instead of just being with what's happening. So I appreciate you, friends, for being here with me on this beautifully wet day. You can't control the rain, but you can control how you react to it. That's it, friend. That's literally it. Thank you for joining me and sharing this message with me today. I find something I struggle with is feeling. Oh, I think I've read that one. Thank you for sending it again, Isaac, to make sure. This guy is always in the best mood. Downbleed lies, friend. I'm not. In fact, always in the best mood. And I was thinking, so Downbleed, I was like just on the level of synchronicities of you friends basically saying things that I think about. Last night, I was laying in my bed, trying to get to sleep, and I was having a hard time with it again. And as I have hard time sleeping, I usually don't necessarily enjoy that experience. And I was thinking just throughout the day, throughout the stuff that I've been doing. We did a dancing stream. People are usually very opinionated on the dancing streams, to say the least. And I was just thinking to myself, how many people think that I'm just happy all the time, you know? And I was like, it might be a large majority, but I'm not. No human being is just happy all the time. The reason we're happy in this space and the reason we try and bring as much love and light into this space is because we're showing up for a reason. I'm showing up for a role. I'm showing up for a truth that I live into. And that truth is that love is true. So it's not necessarily that I'm always in a good mood. It's just that I'm always reminding myself of that fact. The Meltmore name, it's a reminder to melt away the things that I don't think is me, the things that I don't think serves me, the things I feel my ego, is trying to stick onto my awareness. Melt all of it away and leave only what we ultimately are, awareness. And it's from that awareness that I feel I'm allowed a good mood. Because by being aware of things, especially being aware of things that are beautiful, being aware of the divinity in small things, being aware of love, it puts me in a good mood. It's not that I am in a good mood, it's that I try and seek the good mood, friend. Thank you for seeking it with me. Sounds delicious. Went for high tea Tuesday and it was amazing. Is high tea what I think it is? Like you smoke a joint and then you drink tea with people? Or is it like take small sips, eat my small finger sandwiches, eat my small little treats? I don't know what high tea is. Do actually let me know, please, Ninja Nana. Oof, great reminder. It really is. Thank you so much on Be blessed by the rain. What country is this? South Africa. The rains in Africa, friend. Lovely. Can I come? We're in the aftermath of one storm, and it's the quiet before the next arrives, which will bring 80-mile-per-hour winds. Hope you can. Hope the van stays on the struts. Don't say stuff like that, Jeb. It will. I believe the van will stay on its struts. Yes. Universe influencing like all of our inputs, influencing this universe. I really wish transporters were a thing to share. I'm gonna skip that one when it rains. I'm sorry. Thank you, Natalie. I feel this. Good morning. Is it? It's 14 hour 10 p.m. here. Okay, lopsided. How are you feeling, my friend? It's like afternoon hours for me. It's morning hours for our American friends, and it might be nighttime hours for our friends in the Asian countries, or in Australia or New Zealand. Whoops, my Reddit is going all weird on me. It's pouring here in Ohio today. So in sync. We're all in sync, friends. Like, every single one of us breathes, right? And that breathing motion is an oscillation up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And we have to sleep, right? So in that way, oh, I'm awake, I'm asleep. I'm awake, I'm asleep. I'm awake, I'm asleep. And we have to eat food. Oh, I'm fed, I'm hungry. I'm fed, I'm hungry. I'm fed, I'm hungry. Oh, I'm thirsty, I'm hydrated. I'm thirsty, I'm hydrated. All of us are these, frequency beings. And if we realize that we're technically very similar in our base frequencies, we can appreciate, accentuate, celebrate each other's frequencies that is not, necessarily in the same tune as the rest of it. Realizing that which is inside of our control. celebrating that which isn't. Thank you, friends. Thank you, Isaac, for being in synchronicity as well. Thank you for the helpful Dr. Shade. Wow, where are you? It's minus 32 degrees Celsius and full of snow here. I cannot imagine, dude. Like, I really? Legitimately, my brain does not have the ability to imagine how cold that is. To me, that's a number, dude. It's like, oh, good, 32 is it? The coldest I've ever experienced is minus 5 degrees Celsius. And it was so cold that I took it upon myself to take a photo of it and show my friends the photo at school. I was like, look, dude, it was minus 5 degrees Celsius this morning. And they're like, holy shit, that's so cold. And then you drop like minus 32 degrees Celsius. I mean, I've also never seen snow, but I guess that's South African vibes. Thank you, Beneficial Winter. I'm in South Africa, friend, to answer your question. Always welcome, but you're always welcomed, but you're my need to park by the basement entrance if you being those winds. I agree. Hi, love high tea. I'm curious. I'm going to Legoland in 1 hour and 20 minutes. Have an amazing time. Kat, thank you for being willing to spend a moment here with us. Go and share as much love as you can. You know, if you find someone looking at you for a split second, smile at them, you know, nod at them, acknowledge them. Something small, you know, go and share some love in Legoland, friend. No, don't worry about it, Isaac. Good and you. So much love being shared. Thank you, Kelly. Day is just starting. Dog sitting and hanging with my niece. We have to have the talk about how important school is. So I'm hoping to get some tidbits of wisdom from today's stream about handling things that upset us. I feel in this context, Kelly, now that you've given me this context, you know, if anything, just share with her that going to school or having to go to school is something outside of her control in the current society we find ourselves a part of. You know, and I absolutely resented school as well when I was a high schooler and a primary schooler. Did I start hating school in preschool? I did, but I was, yeah, no, I just straight up hated it as well. Okay, so all of school was hated by me. Anyway, we're not necessarily as free to do whatever it is we want to, you know, as children. So you can just communicate to her that school might be something that is outside of her control, or that having to go to school, that is something that's outside of her control. But how she does, you know, in school, the amount of information she absorbs, the amount of joy she can experience in that school system fully is in her control. And to allude to the fact that she might have to do a lot of things in order to be happy rather than she could be happy if she does all of these things, you know. And it's, you're saying the exact same things, but you're creating the but to add power to your statement. Yeah, you're gonna have to, you know, be in school for 12 years. You're gonna have to write a bunch of useless tests. You're gonna have to but afterwards, you're gonna be so happy that it's finished, and you're gonna be happy that you showed up for it, and you're gonna be grateful for the lessons you learned by spending time with other people. Thank you, Kelly. You're a good mama, grandmama. You're the best. I hope that your chat goes well. I'll just jump and aim northwest and hope for the best. That's hilarious, Lamar. One day, I wanted to share the homestead cookies we received from Mrs. Shell the other day. Ooh, that sounds amazing. I'm still curious about those cookies, especially since they are so complex, is the words I want to use. You know, there's so much in them. Like, usually cookies don't have that much ingredients here in South Africa. This is why I love you, Guy, from Valentine's Day. Love you so much. Rads, I love you, friend. Thank you for joining me again, friend. Genuinely. Praise the rain gods. Hefty revenue. Praise the rain gods indeed. I'm going to Lego Land later. Thank you, friend. I hope you have an amazing time at Legoland. Is it going to be your first time? Or, you know, are you as excited as you are because it's going to be your first time? Or because it's going to be your second time and you know what to expect? Really, really helped me out that day. Thank you, Rads. You deserve it, friend. Keep on living, keep on loving, keep on showing up for these beautiful spaces. Looks beautiful. Where are you at? I'm in South Africa, friend. I kind of, part of me wants to sit on the grass, Part of me feels that's a bad idea. I'm feeling cold. Me too, a little bit, friend. Legendary. Homemade treats feel good, but I can't pass. Can be frustrating. Like, I want to just settle in and enjoy the time I have. Time is not a monster chasing us to our death. Gotta reprogram. I recently learned that there is two ways of interpreting time. The one way of interpreting time is the ego way of interpreting time, as in me as an ego moves through time, as in I move, through the space, time passes, and then eventually I arrive at 1 p.m., for example. Where the other way of viewing time is that I am stationary and time moves through me, and I can just be here in this moment, and 1 p.m. will eventually reach me. And that's kind of interesting as well, take into consideration. Thank you for the power up post, Mammy. I appreciate that so much. Infinite love to you. Hi, dude. Hi, educational fig. It's nice to have you, friend. It's a nice rainy morning here. I'm not gonna address that one. Hi, where is this? South Africa, rolling puffin. what you can, what you call man is time. Who said that? Who said that, Mel? I like that though. What you can call man is time. I really like that. Where you add South Africa, feelings of anger about things out of control as a nightmare here. What's the topic? Yeah. Thank you. I hope you're still here. Mukerific. Interesting username. Mel McKenna, of course. Of course McKenna has to say that. Yeah. If anybody had to say something like that, it had to be McKenna. Thank you so much for sharing it with me, Melita. Beautiful. Okay, thank you. I'm so far behind again. Looks beautiful there. It is. Talia says, sounds like a relaxed morning. Yeah, my day is going well too. I feel like I have been reborn tonight. You as well? You as well, Talia. I also had an experience like that yesterday. Like a feeling of rebirth. Like things changed. Like things are changing. You have cool hair. Thank you, friend. It grows this way out of my head. You are drink. What are you drinking? I'm drinking water, friend. Do not spill on myself. Just some water, friend. Thank you. Unfortunately, with this, I feel that my opinion, this is your comment, Melita. I feel my opinion of the person or thing lowers a lot as I release that depth. And since I don't want to lower anything, but rather watch its potential, I don't want to release the depth either. Almost like an investment that you've made. I like that. And it's crazy because as I was reading your words, that feeling was coming up in me of we don't feel someone owes us something. We just want to see how our investment turns out. Like we spend time on one another. We give so much energy for, be it an idea, be it a way of seeing the world, be it a interpretation. And we would like to see that investment pay out. But I guess that's an expectation as well. I do get it. I get it completely, Melina. Thank you for sharing that, my friend. Oh, Jem, for bonking me for the wholesome hammer and on the like tagging. Goodness, I'm melting here. So on the just tag the Patreon /slash melt more and receive more uplifting and helpful content for only 111. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you eternally on the so if you friends are willing to, like I'll take this. If you friends or on B, if you send like the link, maybe I'll take that as an opportunity to say something instead of having to do it at the end of the stream. But we have a Patreon. We have a Patreon, and we're almost at like technically we're at 40% making or achieving a cost of living for doing what it is we're doing here, for showing up in this space consecutively, for sharing love of one another. And I understand that you might not, feel like this space is worthy of support, but yeah, this is my cell. Like I make daily works of art now on top of these daily streams, and technically, if you sign up to the Patreon, you get access to all of these works of art for just for $1 a month. How about it? Huh? Yeah. Okay, I'm done. Thank you for even considering it. Thank you for even smirking. Thank you for even thinking, hell no. I appreciate you and the feeling that you had. That's all I could have wanted. Glad that Melty is enjoying that weather. And the only thing that like of rain is the aroma of soil. Man, that is elite. I don't know if you know this, PDF, but there apparently gets serotonin released in our brains and our microbiomes when we put our hands in soil. So the fact that you like the aroma of it might have something to do with that as well. Awesome Dogo. Yeah, she's adorable. Like, and unfortunately, it's super wet outside now, so she's not vibing with that. She has found herself some space, but she's, a little sweetheart. Thank you for loving our little puppy as well. Puppy puppy. I like the smell after a good rain too. We can change the weather, but the only times I enjoy rain is when I'm super hot or when I'm tucked up inside a snug and warm blanket and the sound of the rain on the roof is relaxing. That sounds amazing, Jam. I feel I have been conditioned by South Africa where since it's so dry here, rain is just always like a blessing, like a gift from God. So I've always been very, very grateful for it. It reminds me of how I just pushed my hands into soil randomly on Mayans and had an awesome time. Ooh, I've never actually done that. And I feel like now I'm like, oh, nice. Preaching to the choir, but you haven't even done the thing. I mean, I work with plants, in my daily life. But that sounds amazing, Melita. Oh, goodness. Oh goodness. That wasn't your recent experience, I believe, right? Like what was the context of that? Were you just putting your hands in the soil for the sake of it? Or did you want to feel something? Did you feel the textures? Did you want to see the dirt in your hands? Like I'm just trying to picture all of the mindsets that's running through you as you're doing that. Yes, I'm from the southern US and I moved to Ohio recently. I'm such a sunny person and a warm weather person, and lately my days and years have been flying by. But I feel like I'm always waiting on the next summer, getting through the winter. Isaac, I feel that, friend. I feel it as well sometimes. Like the winter can almost be because it's so cold, it causes us to contract a little bit. And that contraction on a physical level can feel like a contraction on our emotional, spiritual, creative, parts of ourselves as well. There was a random palm tree inside, and I had no idea what I was doing. I just saw the soil and went for it even better. That visceral, giddy, almost like childlike interpretation and involvement with the world is something that I keep noticing on those experiences as well. Like no second, yeah, I full into the action. I was already deep inside. Yeah. Just, that genuine childlike fascination of the world. That's why I say we, children rather, put their fingers in freaking electric sockets because, there's no like thinking. It's like, oh, sick, a hole? I'm gonna see if I can fit this little meat stick that conducts electricity inside that hole. Kids, us, fortunately, we get good by learning what is dangerous and what isn't. But because we learn what is dangerous and what isn't, we grow less curious. And with that reduced curiosity, we experience less result as well. Usually water. Yeah, water is what I'm drinking. Thank you, Aunt B. Like, especially these days. Like, well, I'm saying these days, but I don't consume any calories after 1 p.m. So it has to be water. How many hours did she spend working to raise you? Entitled child. My mom? My friend, it's not what it's about, dude. It's very much not what it's about. Like I'm still doing the things. I'm still doing the things. I'm just trying to have respect. Like if I'm a child and I cry profusely because I'm hungry and my mom feeds me, that is what a mom has to do. She took on the role as mother, right? You know what? I'm gonna get into this, Jeff. I'm gonna get into it. How do you manage fry? My bad typo. My bad. How do you manage? How do you manage? just in general, like, that's good. I don't know. How do I manage, friend? I breathe air, I drink water, I make sure I sleep, I exercise, I eat healthy food, I cook for myself. Gets those to go inside it. And I show up for what I believe in. That's pretty much how I manage, friend. How about you? Oh, rainy day. Thank you, Toast Malos. Brother Bear, it's so nice to have you here. Toasty, thank you. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing, dude? How are you feeling today, man? How do you let go of anger? One way, one physical way that I can teach you how to let go of anger, if your friends are interested, is to use your muscles. You take your hands and you ball them up and you really squeeze. Like, I don't know if you can squeeze yourself to the point where you hurt yourself. I don't think so. No, apparently not. So you can squeeze as hard as you can try to, and you squeeze and you squeeze, and you can imagine the thing that you're angry at as this tension that you're feeling in your hands, this potential pain, this potential tension in your hands can be seen as the anger. And then tell yourself, I let it go. I let it go. I let it go. It has helped me a lot. Try it for yourself, Mark. Getting angry wastes energy and is stressful to the body. Couldn't put it better myself. Sees long hair, gives me knowledge. Yep, that's how it works, friend. Long hair first, knowledge second. Like you can guaranteed know for sure 100% 10,000 that if someone has long hair, they have absolutely every idea of what it is they're saying. Did I butcher it enough? I hope so, Fred. It doesn't work that way, particular team. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. It would be cool if it did. I feel this. I spent many years gaining control of my emotions, and if I let them get away from me, I can still get swamped by the regret for the time lost in the dark. I know what I have to do by applying that knowledge, but it can be hard sometimes. It can, Kelly. It's hard for me as well. So I think we just have to keep pushing a little bit, and then having pushed, having created the room into which we pushed, we'll have more room to move. We'll have more room to gain momentum to push harder. I hope that analogy makes sense. Those goosies back there are loving it. I believe they would be. If I was eating grass, I feel grass after it got rained on a little bit would be extra delicious. Maybe just a little bit more hydrated. Yeah, I would vibe as well. Totally sounds like weather, similar in Ohio as it is here. And though I don't cope well in the extreme heat, the summers always lift my mood, and winter is slowly creeping. It's a slowly creeping dread. Like, winter is coming soon here as well. Like, within the next 2 months, it should be getting cold again. But I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. I'll probably have to have blankets again, on stream, but I'm really looking forward to the cold. Oh my goodness, are you the dancing dude? Yeah, Ozzy. I am, I guess. But other people dance as well. Millionaire Tricks, there you go. Millionaire Tricks is the dancing dude. He has taken that title for himself. I'm Meltmore. It's nice to meet you. As a parent, I would feel proud that I raised someone that understands how to plan a day and respectfully ask for respect of their time. Thank you. Natalie, thank you so much, my friend. Like, I'm still been tripping out about that friend being like, how much time did your mom spend raising you? You ungrateful twat, or whatever he said. But yeah, uh, we need to respect each other's time, dude. Even if I'm a child, even if she's my mom, we have to respect one another's time. Otherwise, how can I expect him to respect me in any other way? How can she expect me to respect her? Respect is not something that only, has like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna respect you, but only this set of respect is what I'm gonna have for you. All of these other things that also gets attached to that same respect, nah, that is not respect. Earth, moon is a plasmoid time crystal. Hoopy 41. The moon is a plasmoid time crystal. I've never read those words in my life before, but I like them. I like them. Thank you. He is exactly reborn. Do elaborate. The moment I see blackberries ripening in the bushes, I get kind of sad because I know autumn is here and winter is just around the corner. Like, blackberries in my mind, I instantly think about Aunt B, like filming or streaming on Haywire Hill, just eating blackberries. And she shares this story of she would go outside and tell the family, I'm going to go and pick blackberries, and then come back home with no blackberries because she ate them all. And it just, like, I wish I could do something like that. So again, it makes me happy to just think blackberries. This that stream was my favorite one ever so far. Aussie, goodness, friend. That's a tall ask, dude. I hope I can deliver again. Do keep showing up, friend. We'll keep sharing love with you. Danger girl, thank you for joining us again, my friend. Where is this place, bro? South Africa. Jovan, love you. Infinite love to you, Jovan. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Oh, weather! It's great until mid-February to March, in my opinion. I love the snow, hate the freezing rain. I've never had either, friend. So us here, February to March, is the like extreme heat days. So it's been a little bit brutal here. Utrecht from this kingdom. I don't know what that means, but I was sending you love as well. I'm a bit more lurky today, but I'm wishing y'all happiness and love, all of the love the world has to offer. Thank you so much, Talia. Sending the same back to you. It was your test yesterday, wasn't it? Like, do let us know how it went, actually, Talia, if you're still here, my friend. Lovely, how are you? Happy humaning wishes for you today. Internal farmer, thank you, friend. Happy evening wishes to you as well. Does your mom make you pay to live with her? No, she doesn't, friend. Fortunately, my parents respect the fact that they brought me into this world. And, like unironically, at one point in my life, I really didn't want to be in this world. And there was a sense of resentment in me for having been born. I was like, who the fuck decided this for me? But as I've grown up, I've realized that it's something that I have to take responsibility for as well. Hello. There's a little swallow sitting and looking at me. Yes, sir, dude. Yeah, I'm super chill. I'm not gonna eat your babies, I promise. Your babies would not make succulent meals. Sorry. Same here. What? Thank you. Love you, mate. Love you, Ozzy. Thank you so much for sharing your love today, my friend. I genuinely appreciate it. I am 3 days off weed, and this guy said I can come around. He obviously wants to smoke weed, but the thing is that he's ignoring me again. After I texted him, I told him not to come. Hmm. That's difficult, friend. That's very difficult. Yeah, especially, like in that case, it's not in your control that this friend wants to smoke weed and wants to smoke weed with you, but it is in your control whether or not you say yes. Millionaire Tricks, good luck with that, my friend. Good luck. I hope you can make that decision for yourself. There are students here who needs help with their assignments. Please inbox me. Thank you, Professor George. Does your mom make you pay to live at home? If not, then bake the shit and be happy to seem to have a pretty chill life. Bill Cobbies, did I complain about baking, friend? I love it. I actually love it. And I also remind myself of the fact that I'm creating something that other human beings are going to enjoy. So put the assumptions down, sit down, and listen with an open heart, friend. It's not about the baking, it's about respecting one another's time. And upon bringing this to my mom, she was like, I understand what you're talking about. Let's make a schedule. You know, Mondays and Wednesdays, for example, you'll bake these things. And then Tuesdays and Saturdays, you'll bake these things. And then that way, I can plan around that, my friend. The the happening is not in my control, but whether or not I'm gonna say something about it is in my control. And that's what we're sharing here today. What do I do if I told him not to come? And he comes anyways in the end and makes me relapse. You don't open the door, millionaire tricks. Yes, he did. Like, I feel sometimes, I try to be a very loving being, as loving as I can be. But in that context of being a loving being, I love myself as well. And if someone is going to require me, to do something that I don't want to do, or like for instance, with these streams, because I'm streaming daily, and this is the commitment that I've made, it's the priority that I have. I am willing to not do other things. I'm willing to not go on vacations. I'm willing to not, go away for a weekend with friends to somewhere where there isn't internet access, because I have priorities. And after I say no, that's final. That's final. I'm not going to explain myself more than I have explained myself, because I am willing to explain myself. I like information. I believe other people like information. So I have had friends invite me, on vacations. They're like, "How about, dude, we're gonna go to Mozambique for a week and, take a bunch of psychedelics and party." And I'm like, "That sounds amazing. I would love to, but not right now." I have a responsibility. I have a priority that I've set. And after that, no, I don't repeat myself. I'm just like, that's how it is. I'm not faltering. Like, no, no, no. I love myself too much. I love you just as much. But in this context, I have to draw a line. Thank you, Medinatrix, for sharing that feeling as well, friend. We may not always have control, but we can control our reactions to things. It takes a lot of practice, especially if you have borderline personality disorder like me. But it's so worth it to just take a step back, breathe, and simply not react. Like, I'm happy that you're saying that, Jem, because I feel I did react to our friend Bill, and that was technically something outside of my control. And how I reacted was in my control. And I didn't feel I was being mean, but I might have been a little bit harsh, a little bit abrasive, like trying to polish something with sanding paper. I'm sorry. Mm. You're a good bloke, new viewer from Australia. Oh, Alec, thank you, friend. Like, and I say this to every single friend that compliments me. All I try to be is a mirror. You're just seeing your light reflected back at you. Thank you for sharing your light of us as well, friend. Absolutely doing it in the moment, so it's tough, but awareness is the first step. Thank you for your relation. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you for listening, friend. It has quite a stressful time till yesterday, when I had an exam. There we go. I failed by I failed by the way, but I'll nail it next time. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Talia. And I went to sleep. Oh, why are you so wet? I love you to bits, Peppy, but you're so wet. How did you manage to get this wet? Fine. Go on your adventures. I'm sorry, Talia, that you failed. I'm sure you will get the next one. And I went to sleep very early because I was so done. I woke up today at 5:30 a.m. and I had so much energy in me. I just feel like I can do anything in the world. You can, Talia, and you will do so much. This test isn't an indication of what you're capable of. It's just an indication of what that test could have been, And there's an infinite amount of possibilities that also will be. So much love to you. Thank you for being willing to share with us. Gem Toasty, Aunt B, Cat, Ninja Peach, Ninja Nanner, Leah, Isaac, and all the friends. I can't find an emoji for. Thank you so much for sharing the love, Gem. Jovan, I appreciate it. Like, I was looking at the gem as I said your name. Thank you so much, Jovan. I appreciate that. Hello from Lake Hurrian in Michigan. Hello again, Internal Farmer. Thank you for joining us, friend. It's so nice to have you here today. What kind of yoga? Kundalini or just regular watered down Western stretch yoga? Just regular watered down Western stretch yoga, friend. It's funny to me that we have these judgments on things like yoga. Oh, is it this or is it that? If it's that, it's shit. But if it's this, it's not shit. But and then the person who does this confronts person that does that, and that person believes that this person way of doing it is shit. And then it's like, yeah, because I do that, doing this is shit. No, why does it matter, friend? Like the reason we do yoga isn't because we want to, label ourselves with Kundalini or whatever, or watered down Western stretch yoga. It's about letting our bodies move whatever way we do it. By creating these labels, we're just separating ourselves again. Oh yeah, I'm a CrossFit dude. I don't hang with those gym dudes. Oh, I'm a gym dude. I don't hang with those cardio dudes. Oh, I'm a cardio dude. I don't hang with those calisthenics dudes. Oh, I'm a yoga dude. Oh, but bro, stop. Stop separating yourselves. We're taking care of our bodies. Rather, celebrate the fact that we're all trying to take care of ourselves instead of the way we're doing it. Very rainy. Oh, I feel that. And the day starts getting shorter, and noticeably it's tough for me. Vitamin D, sun lamps, and weed help me to get through it. Isaac, I feel that. Frankie Marie, thank you for joining us, my friend. Whew, I'm 41 minutes behind. I do not believe I'll be able to catch up, but that's fine. It's completely fine. I don't need to catch up because it's outside of my control. What is inside of my control is my ability to keep, reading them, to stay here with you, friends. I do believe I'm going to read Ninja's comment, and then I'm going to scroll all the way down so that we can be present at least for a moment. And then we'll stream for maybe half an hour, maybe an hour longer. How do you friends feel about that? It's calm before the epic storm this weekend. Off to bed for this guy. Ninja Nana is going to bed. The rain is making me sleepy after a night shift. And Ryan, sorry I haven't been able to attend your yoga sessions. Night shift takes me away from the places I'd rather be. But I'm going back 2 day shift. Today I'm going back 2 day shift, and we'll be able to join. Ninja, we look forward to having you there, friend. I agree, we worry too much. Okay. I'm not going to not read your friends' comments. I'm probably going to go and read them afterwards, but for now, you see, goodness. Okay, finally, hit the bottom of it. I'm not gay, but you're really handsome. Even if you were gay, friend, that would be okay as well. Thank you for your compliment. I'm on day 3 in the water. On a water fast, and this positivity in the stream is giving me life. Princess Pippi. I don't know if you know. Pippi! 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 Kom eens aan my woofsters. Kom eens aan my puppy long stockings. But my puppy is Princess Pippi as well, friend. So, double synchronicity. And I also do water fasting. Triple synchronicity. And the fact that you're here right now, being able to share this moment with one another, even more so. Thank you for joining us, Princess Pippi. Good luck with your water fast, friend. How long do you want to go for? I recently read, the longest I've gone for was 2 weeks, but apparently we get most of our medical benefits from the first week of fasting. Wait, where are you from, by the way? Are you in Scandinavia? No, I'm in South Africa, friend. Can you show us that beautiful tree? I will. Overthinking is a lot. I will show you that beautiful tree, friend. Commence time travel. Literally, dude, just thoughts, feelings, intentions, comments, flying through time, dude. Here we are again. Thank you. Woo, Mel, I'm so proud of you. I know that it's a lot of to let go. Yeah, it is on B, and I'm not letting go of it. Part of my mind is still holding on to it, so there's my attention here somewhere. Pulls it out. But yeah, you are a good looking and hella sexy, no homo friend. It's okay. Thank you for the love you share. Unfortunately, and I say unfortunately, I cannot take any responsibility for the way I look, for the way my genetics was oh yes, fold proteins like this, and my proteins were okay, sick. Folds proteins, dude. Okay, now use those folded proteins in cells like this. And then that happened. And now here I am, sitting in front of you. I cannot take any responsibility for it, but thank you. Thank you for the love you share, friend. Not a mother, but absolutely agree. At 35, I found myself looking at the younger folks and thinking I'd be so proud if they were mine. And Melt is one of those people. What a beautiful soul to bring into the world. Oh, Kelly, you know, like this might be a weird thing to say, but I might as well be your kid, my friend. I might as well be. I love the perspective. It's a mother's mindset, and you can share that with so many. Thank you for sharing it, Kelly. Genuinely. That's exactly what I think too when I see and hear now. Your friends are like melting me. Stop with you mommies. Like the thing is as well, my mom has been one of these like absolute superstars in my life. So like I help my mom with a joy in my heart, knowing that with me helping my mom, she will have to do less. So from that place, from the reason I'm helping, I'm more than willing to help. It's just, you know, in today's context, time that can get in my way, if you will. But the reason I'm so willing to help my mom is just because of everything that she's done for me, all of the love that she shared with me, all of the wisdom that she's imparted on me. I wouldn't be the person I am today if it wasn't for her. And I want to say painfully aware of that, to the point where I am almost weird, you know, with my mom. I'll sometimes break out in tears and just tell her how grateful I am for the love that she shared with me, for the amount of things that she's done with me. And then she'll be like, "What is this about?" And I'll be like, I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful." So yeah, thank you, friends. I'm just as grateful for you, Princess Mononoke. It's been so long, friend. It's nice to have you here again. How are you doing, my beloved friend? Princess Mononoke is saying hi to you, friends, as well. Well, that's exactly what I see. Water fasting sounds like a bad idea. Have you done some research about it, dude? Geraudovu? Have you done some research? How about you go and do some research? Like right now, we have some proper evidence about fasting, and apparently, water fasting is one of the best things you can do for your body if longevity is something that you value. The best things, dude. Like a silver bullet. You know, imagine if you could tell people you could live like 10 years longer if you did this one thing, you know, like maybe once a month, maybe, you know, 4 times a year. And they're like, "Oh goodness, I would pay anything for a drug like that." And it's like, "Yeah, you'll just have to not eat things for a while." And they're like, not eating things sounds like I would not be eating things while I'm doing that. So I'd rather eat things. I'm doing wonderful and actually fasting myself. What are the odds? Technically, I'm in a fasted state right now since 1 p.m. So 5 hours fasted at the moment. People have beat stage 4 cancers by doing water fasting with doctor's guidance. Yeah, dude. I'm like, seriously. People are beating cancer with fasting. People are going from, I think, type 2 diabetic to not being diabetic anymore after fasting. It's crazy. You're sexy Jesus. Thank you, friend Martin. I appreciate that. Are you at peace or are you challenged by the Saigon meat mentality? Like, I don't even know what that means. Finding the intermingling of soups in the Everest is key to moving through troubled times, I believe. Soup master, I believe so, friend. Maybe I am challenged by the soggy on meat mentality. Thank you for your spice, friend. Please make sure your comments are respectful to the streamer and chat. Thank you, Aunt B. You're the true MVP. You're always looking after everyone. She is genuine mama. You're the best. Your mom is awesome. I miss mine. So much love to you, Soup Master. I'm sorry that she's passed. Whew. Know that she's not gone. You know, her physical form might not be with us anymore, but what she was to this world, to you, to the infinity, never goes away. Thank you for being here with us, my friend. I'll take it. Thank I'll take it. I was thinking that, or Fox. I'll take you for a coffee as a divine place in emojism. Mr. Van wants to know what the creature is that keeps moving fast. Ooh, noise. Tell Mr. Van I am the last person to ask because to me, you know, especially the woo 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 noise, like in my brain, like I don't even have a reference to what that was sound like. Now I'm trying to find it. I don't know, Jam. I'm super bad with bird names. I think I know like a total of like I know an African grey is a type of bird. I know a parakeet. I know budgie. I know I know harida. I know kweeful. I know katlachter. I know funky. I know, but most of them are Afrikaans as well. So I'm so sorry, Jeb. I'm so sorry. Like, I have so much stuff that I force into my brain. If I did the same thing with birds and bird noises, I would just not have any peace. You know, oh, listening to the beautiful bird sounds. Then suddenly my brain is like, oh, that bird sound was made by this thing, and this thing looks like this, and this thing has babies this often, and then it has only babies for this many years, and then it dies, and then those babies, you know. My brain is just like pumping information. I'm like, please, brain. And so, like with these sounds, like the woo woo woo, it pretty much just edits the stuff out, so I don't even hear it. I was looking around, I'm thinking, what is that? Well, I don't know how long I'm going. It's okay, friend. Go for as long as you feel comfortable for. Your body will let you know when it's done. I dub your dog as the best name. Puppy, come here, puppy. This is Puppy. This is Puppy. Like she's curious about something there, so she doesn't even want to come to me. And she's dirty right now and wet at the same time. But I had to show you what Puppy looks like. How long are you fasting? 12 or 16 hours? So I almost do like 24 hours in between. I only eat one meal, Ninja Peach. Not because I want to only eat one meal, but because I only feel comfortable with eating one meal. Like today I was like, after my meal, I was like, okay, I'm gonna like drink a protein shake in 30 minutes or so once the food is settled. And then 30 minutes later, I don't feel hungry, don't have, food on my head, so I just don't. And then, 3 hours pass and I'm like, oh, I should have, drank a protein shake. And I'm like, okay, you're outside of your eating window. No more eating. No more eating. Not to be noisy, but are you talking about the big three for electrolytes? Taking the big three for electrolytes. So salt, magnesium, potassium. Are those the big threes? At least in my mind, that would be the big three. Big threes. Man, okay. I'm honored friend. You need as well. That's so sweet. 100%. We have a 24-hour food culture right now, and it's killing us. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Literally, Peppy. Literally. So what she's saying is the 24-hour food culture is that we're constantly eating. Where we usually kind of had this cyclical way of eating where we would find food and then we would come together as a society and we would eat together and then we would go a period of not having food available and we would find food again and we would eat again. Now we always have food available to us, so whenever I feel even the slightest craving, it won't take me much effort, one, or long to find food again to put into my mouth. So it basically creates this feedback loop of like insulin spiking, dropping, wanting to re-up, no 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 no, and that's very bad for us. Like we have some proper evidence that it's very bad for us. This whole 6 meals a day thing, very big yikes. So like the best way to stay young, the best way to increase longevity is to eat less often. Not to eat less, to eat less often. You can still eat the same amount of calories, just do so in a smaller eating window and go longer periods of time without eating anything. Yo, Mammy, try to balance. Giving our bodies a break from digestion is a gift and it's free. It really is. I wish more people would do it, but I know it's difficult, so I'm not too vocal about it. Like, yeah, you need to be intermittent fasting, even though I believe it, and I believe it to the point where I'm doing it. I don't think it's easy for everyone to do it as well. That dog is so cute, right? Millionaire Tricks, she's adorable. Where is a good starting place to learn about fasting? Yo, just Google. Just Google, Jim. Like I think YouTube might actually be a good resource as well. You'll be able to get most of the information that you could ask for within a 10-minute video. And the basics of it is fasting induces autophagy, which means the recycling of proteins in your body. Our bodies are literally built out of proteins and water. And these proteins die eventually, die, become less effective, become damaged, become mutated, whatever. So by fasting, we put our bodies in a state of autophagy, and what it does is it goes throughout your entire body. It finds all of the proteins that are damaged, that are, mutated, that are not perfect, and then it literally eats them. It breaks them up into their base components and then reutilizes them as fuel to power the rest of your body. And that's the benefit of fasting. I agree the obsession to consume when really there is no need for it to the extent that we are eating at the moment, It's bad, Mammy. It really is bad. Because it's again, an indication of this instant gratification mindset that we have as a humanity have taken on now. Yeah, those are it. If you fast longer, those are it if you fast longer than 72 hours. I'm missing a little bit of what you mean right now, man. Okay. Toasty calls me Coffee Joe Bot. I'm a big sucker for nicknames. I learned on YouTube from Autumn Dates about fasting. There we go. Like, there's a bunch of good resources on YouTube about fasting. You'll find straight up doctors like this explaining the benefits of it as well. I've had the most success if I eat an early dinner and hold off on breakfast. That's great. That's really great on the, like I feel like that might be the warrior one. So where you have like an 8 hour eating window. Here it is. Thank you for sharing. So much stuff being shared. I appreciate you friends so much. R/fasting was also a good one. I have a late breakfast and an early dinner. My problem is snacking while I watch Netflix in bed before sleep. Yeah, that I would recommend, you stop. Not because, snacking is bad. Just like eating things before we sleep is also not really recommended. What things do you make? Oh my goodness, I love that. I always think heart and parrot, but this might be my favorite. Oh, coffee and robot? The coffee robot? The Joe bot? Oh! There! Click! There it clicks. A cup of Joe. Joe bot. Oh! Thank you, brain. Thank you, dude. It took you a while. No problem, just answering lady. Thank you, friend. Oh, goodness. I bumped my own glass this time. Why do, but I still look up to you. And to me, you are the measuring stick of all standards that I hold myself to. You always bring your A game. Mammy, goodness. What a beautiful compliment that is. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that on B. You're so loved. On B, you are so, so loved. Every single one of you friends. Keep doing that. And Mammy, thank you for joining us today, my friend. I see you. I missed you yesterday, but I knew that we actually had some time to share space in Gems Chat at least. Autumn Dates on YouTube has awesome intermittent fasting videos. Thank you, long relation. I appreciate you sharing some love with Autumn Bates as well. Yeah, is it hard to start with? Like when you take a weed break, the first few days usually suck. It could. It could, Jem, because basically what you're doing when you're intermittent fasting is you're expecting your body to keep your glucose levels stable. And then because you're going longer without eating, your body has to provide those glucose levels. And at first, it could have an adjustment period where your body has to learn how to do that. But technically all you have to do is less. That's the nice thing about fasting is you're doing nothing technically. You're just doing more nothing, and that's good for you. I recently started a new medication, and one of the side effects is that food tastes and smells really awful unless you're actually hungry. I learned very quickly that I was eating way too often. I have so much more energy on one meal a day. Me too, Kelly. Like, genuinely, I feel great eating one meal a day. And I was doing it for like 2 weeks, 2 weeks, one meal a day. And, on Valentine's Day, like it being the 14th, I was like, okay, I'm gonna eat some sugar, treat thyself, pig out. And the next morning, I woke up feeling like I got hit by a truck. I woke up feeling like I drank, 6 liters of vodka or something. I was feeling so hard, like bad. Like I didn't want to, get out of bed. I didn't want to open my eyes. I didn't want to see the sun. It was genuine, like I had a hangover just from eating sugar and eating sugar late in the night as well. One meal a day is how it is, how it should be. Start with that if comfortable, 12 hours. Yeah, just like create a window in which you don't eat things and try and stretch that window as long as you feel comfortable with it. That is where the true benefit lie. Then gradually work. There we go. What medication is this? Relevant cheesecake. I'm curious as well, but I wouldn't recommend you take it, friend. Thank you for asking these questions. I've been so curious as well. Maybe we should give it a shot. Absolutely, Isaac. Please, friend, see how it works for you. Complete Guide to Fasting is a fantastic book. Thank you, Ninja Peach. I agree. Does anyone have thoughts on being slightly underweight with fasting? I have irritable bowel syndrome, and my metabolism is as active as a squirrel on crack. Weirdly enough, Isaac, go and do some research. Fasting and irritable bowel syndrome, and you'll find people who have had amazing benefits, fasting with that condition as well, friend. Yeah, accept crankiness, maybe headaches, and use the guide on the subreddit to know which symptoms are deficits like tiredness and wooziness. Yep, yep, yep. So I'm worried that with fasting I'll be very weak, frail, and feeling. Any thoughts or experiences? Like from my personal thoughts and experience, no. I feel stronger. And I feel stronger because I'm lighter as well. So I do pull-ups, so that's how I measure my strength. Like if I can do, like my average like 50 pull-ups a day, then I know, like I'm strong right now. But if I fall under that number, then I know I'm starting to falter, or I'm too heavy, or there's something wrong with my energy. And I think we all, have these Lamborghinis, we have these amazing vehicles. We're just not fueling them correctly, in my opinion. I'm curious. I had food issues since childhood. Always been a chunky person and I hate dieting. My chemical imbalances would probably thank me. They would. Absolutely, Jem. And the nice thing about intermittent fasting is it gives you freedom. It gives you a time of your day where you don't have to worry about food or think about it, or like it's completely not a part of your mind. And that also creates a lot of freedom, I believe. One makes me think of Gear Burp. There we go. I love it. Toast Man. He is such a significant human. He really is. I wonder if Toast Man is still here. I hope so. I make artsy things, drawing, paintings, clay sculpts, and lots of mistakes. What a beautiful thing that is to say. So fun. I love you to bits. I once had a fungus in my toenail, so it had to be removed, just a nail. My doctor explained to me how those fungi are created from carbohydrates in the stomach and can get to the nail through showering. Showering. I don't know what that is, but I'm happy that you actually had access to doctors, and that could help you with that. Too often, we're so embarrassed by these things that we just kind of like ignore them and believe that, oh, my body knows how to heal itself. It'll heal itself eventually. And then we end up hurting ourselves by just not paying attention to ourselves. So the fact that you do pay attention is beautiful to me, Talia. Have you felt better? Have you changed your diet after that? I work out while fasting. Same. Mm, always consult the doctor first to outline the goal you wish to accomplish, fasting, and for monitoring. There we go. I hope this isn't TMI, but it sounds like a normal period for me. No, yeah, I mean that should be about it. Like if you can handle periods and the bullshit that come along with that, you should be more than strong enough to handle fasting. I found that keeping busy. I found that keeping busy helps, but I have not been conscientious of overexertion. There we go. It's crazy. Nah, you're good and true. Iron deficit and other things affect me on the monthlies. 2 tablespoons throughout the day help my body regulate sugar. Of what exactly that are you talking about? Long relation. Tablespoons throughout the day. I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Sugar? You just straight up eat sugar? Tablespoons a day? I don't think anyone enjoys them, but they're always been a nightmare for me, so anyone who knows the pain, I feel bad for. Unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because I would like to know, but I would rather say fortunately, I don't get periods. You make me think of the makers from the Dune novel, Maker Joe. That's a compliment and a half. Apple cider vinegar. That makes a little bit more sense. Yeah, apple cider vinegar helps as well. I like to cook with it as well. It's the best. That sucks. It's never fun. Cardboard use for things. What is that way? It pains me. Num num num. Salad dressing is my favorite. Thank you for your concern. This is not my first though. I've been fasting on and off for about a decade now. Yeah, that sounds about right. You know, and as soon as you realize the health benefits of fasting, it becomes a part of your life as well because it's enjoyable, kind of. Half a tablespoon apple cider vinegar and water to sip in the AM, then a tablespoon in a smoothie. You won't taste it. I just straight up take swigs, long relation, from the bottle. straight up. Straight up take a swig of apple cider vinegar, swallow it. To me, it kind of tastes good. Like I also, or my sister makes kombucha. So if you can like kombucha, then drinking vinegar isn't that hard. Don't quote me on that, please. That's a great idea. My first doctor's appointment in ages in 2 weeks. Please, Isaac, ask him about intermittent fasting or just fasting in general. Your relationship with food changes. You appreciate food. More ceremony to it. Absolutely. I see. I was thinking of drinking it straight. Tied to it like I didn't succeed. Yeah, I just drink it straight, Jovan. I'm sorry about the foods though. I've been thinking about accountability, like the PK Ripper who streams himself. I know PK riding on a bike, but I'm really intensely aware of my body shape, and I'm not sure I could cope with any judgment. Jem, know that you're loved, my friend. I don't feel. I think there might be people that judge PK. PK is on a journey to lose 100 pounds, and he's been sharing that journey with us on Arpan. I feel the majority, like 99% of the input is love of people being like, you fucking go, dude. You do it. You take care of yourself. You get better instead of us being like, oh, look at this person not being good enough. And I feel it will be the same thing for you, Jem. I respect you completely, but know that you will be loved nonetheless. Amazing compliment and true perseverance. Toenail ended up that way because I didn't go to the doctor with it initially. I had that thing for like 2 years. Smelled my current self deserves that compliment of doing things when they should be done, but my old self doesn't. Talia, like fortunately, we're here and now in this moment. So this compliment is going to the here and now, Talia. Your loved friend. You're doing good. Actually burned my esophagus from not diluting it. Like by drinking the vinegar. Is it supposed to burn your esophagus? I've probably, drank like a total of 3 liters of vinegar, over this journey of me swigging it from the bottle. I haven't damaged my esophagus just yet. I don't know if there's something different. You're kind and a thoughtful person. Yes, she is, Pippi. Mononoke is a beautiful person. Princess Mononoke. Or Princess Pippi and Peppermint Mononoke. A beautiful meeting. He is an inspiration. Don't throw yourself at the mercy of the general public. They can be savage. For accountability, you can always check in with us, maybe on the Discord. You have endless support and no judgment here. Thank you so much, Kelly, for reaching out and making sure Jem knows that. I do love a shot of ACV with half a lemon squeezed in and a tiny bit of honey. I don't know what that exactly is. Apple cider vinegar with half a lemon squeezed in and a tiny bit of honey. That doesn't sound bad, actually. I would like that as well. On B, I try the salad dressing when I refeed. Delectable idea. It does sound amazing. Drinking straight up apple cider vinegar. I'm sorry, Jem. I'm sorry. Like I keep telling you, friends, there's something severely wrong with me. And then you're like, nah, Mel, you're fine. You're not you're not broken. And I'm like, bro, I'm pretty sure there's something wrong with me. Drinks apple cider vinegar from the bottle. Like I don't glub glub glub. I don't like take liters. I just like take like a sip and then I'll swallow it. It wasn't until I did a long fast that I could actually feel energy transfer from the sun to my body. It was amazing. Mojo, thank you for sharing that intention and that experience, I would say. I would recommend 100%. It's not in our control that we have to eat food. That is one of the things that's outside of our control. We get angry about it, getting fat because of the foods we eat, or not enjoying our meals as much as we used to, having to do certain things. trying to watch something as we enjoy our meals, right? Like, there's so much stuff that gets attached to us eating food, but we are in control of how often we eat. And by practicing this control of eating less often, we experience more of life, I believe. I'd like to know the Discord as well, please. Princess Peppermint, if you click on my profile, you'll find like a little, section where there's a bunch of options to find all of the little links. We would love to have you there as well. It hurts. I'm with you. Something I really enjoy about apple cider vinegar straight. Maybe I'm insane, but Isaac, me too, dude. Like, maybe we are insane, dude. I put apple cider vinegar in ginger orange tea sometimes to blend it nice. That does sound nice. I could do. It requires some thought on my part, I think. I can deal with art trolls, but there's a reason I don't show my face on stream often. It is a little bit jarring, when people come to these assumptions. So I completely respect where you're coming from as well. Jem, just know that you're so loved and there is absolutely zero judgment in this space for you. I'll be that. Good luck of that. Something pounds? Pounds is horrible. I hope you get things figured out. Thank you, Ninja Peach. Thank you so much, my friend. Oh, LBS. IBS, I guess that's what it's supposed to be. I can deal with a shot of whiskey or alcohol neat, but not vinegar. You see, I can't. Like I cannot drink a shot of whiskey or alcohol neat, but vinegar I'll be able to do. With the acidity, I drank it daily for a long time. Someone on stream the other day actually advised to drink it through a straw because they damage the enamel on their teeth. I can totally see that as well. Hello, mama.
Hallo my liefie.
So is it gereën? Maar ek kan sien like cushion is nat. En ek kom sit ek maar in die water.
As jy bou dit nou.
Ja, vandag se stream gaan oor kwaad word oor dinge wat nie in ons krag is nie. En die reën is heeltemal so die mense lag. So ja.
As dit nie reën nie, gaan ons doodgaan.
Ja, nee, dis nie gaan nie oor reën spesifiek nie. Gaan net oor dis die idee, jy weet, dinge wat gebeur en ons kan kwaad daaroor raak, maar vir wat?
Gaan jou niks help nie.
Ons moet dag wees.
Okay, dankie.
Slim toe, ons moet skets gebak.
Dankie. Ek is nou so reise verjaarsdag toe.
Aha.
Ja,
Hoe oud is hy geword?
26.
Jossie, rarig.
Ja.
Maar ek sê ek seker wees om 24 te word binnenkort. So.
Ja.
Dankie mama.
Okay, maak dit vir jou.
Lieve mama. Love the way that is written. There should be ceremony to it. The kitchen is the heart of the home for a reason, right? I love the concept of Ramadan for this reason. Celebration is returned to eating rather than just something we do without thought. I believe we are. I believe if more of humanity switches over to intermittent fasting, there will be such an abundance of food that food will literally become cheaper. Like, I actually believe that. Not healthy, but whipping cream, a few tablespoons apple cider vinegar, a few small spoons of sugar, salt, and pepper. Pour over green leaf lettuce. Oh, sliced cucumber and green onion. That sounds so good. Yes. I mean, it would be healthy. I mean, the green lettuce, I would do spinach, sliced cucumber, and green onions. That sounds amazing. Mel, you still haven't told me if you'd like the vape I have. I'm hoping to send the art after the weekend. Jem, you want to give it to me? Like, that's why I didn't want to say anything because I don't want to just take something from you. So Jem sends me, this photo of a vape that she has that she's only used twice. I'm guessing she doesn't use it often. And we mentioned on stream that I would like to get myself a vape because it's better than smoking, carcinogenics, if you will. And she sent me a picture, and I mentioned that right now I'm not willing to buy anything for myself, so I don't think I can. But Jem, if you're willing to send it with the little work of art, I couldn't be more grateful. Thank you so much. Yes, 100%. Yes, God says yes. The universe says yes. All you have to ask is the right questions. Thank you for asking the right questions, Jem. I appreciate you so much. Granny called it creamed lettuce. That sounds so good. That sounds so good, Aunt B. Do actually send me that recipe on a DM. I would love to make that. All right, I'm back to work. Thank you so much for showing up today, everyone. I've grown and hope the rest of you feel as loved as I do. Good day, peeps. Good day, Brother Isaac. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for contributing in your beautiful way. Much dressing, so yummy. I like your gratitude recipe. Another that sounds weird, but sour cream and brown sugar poured over any fruit. But we love it on grapes, strawberries, and or bananas. Sour cream and brown sugar. Never in my life would I have thought about that. How interesting on be. Over fruit. I'll have to try it. I'm not opposed to trying things, but I've never heard of that in my life. Lovely day, lovely scent. I'm on a journey to drop some baby weight. Here, if you need a partner in crime, we won't talk about how much I need to lose. We don't need to talk about how much you need to lose because it's not about losing any arbitrary amount of weight, Ninja Peach. I know we have these wants, to be like, oh, I used to weigh this much back then, and then if I just weighed like that much again, no. I don't think that's the best way to go about a weight loss journey. And we've shared a lot about what I believe. I believe we should exercise to be strong. Like being physically strong, being able to do 60 squats and doing so comfortably versus being able to only do 10 and feeling like you're out of breath. That feeling, like the volume that you can tell yourself, yes, I exercised, I made myself stronger, and now because I've exercised and made myself stronger, I can achieve this. Instead of being like, oh, I'm exercising day in, day out, and I'm only losing this much weights, and nah. I feel on my personal journey, I've done so much harm by constantly referencing how much I weigh instead of focusing on the improvements and how much stronger I'm becoming. And ever since realigning my fitness journey with becoming strong instead of becoming ripped, it's been treating me very well. Thank you so much. I feel so accepted as a person, and yet years of being judged by my appearance, by kids at school, partners, and my mom keeps popping up. It's still a sticking point for me. I'll keep trying, and we'll keep showing you that love is true, Jem. This is the way. We don't expect you to change. We don't expect these traumas to just melt away instantaneously. But as we keep, washing this flow of love over you, eventually they will just have no means to, stick around. We love you to bits, Jam. As of late, things aren't happy on the home front. All of your energy and experiences are bringing me smiles. Been here but lurking. Love y'all. Heather, we love you, my friend. Please do reach out to us. Please do reach out to me if you want to talk about the things that are going on at home. We would love to talk to you about it. You can mix it and see if it turns creamy and the brown sugar melts and becomes a light brown color. So good. On B, on B, didn't I say I'm fasting right now? It sounds amazing. I literally give anyone here the shirt off of my own back if they needed it. It would make me so happy to give it to you, Melty. Giving it just a way to express the truth that love is true. The truth that is love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jem. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Thank you for being an example to all of us. Damn, you Texans know how to eat. Of course. Of course. I feel like the Texans and South Africans have a lot in common in that way as well. Can confirm. Same here, Jem. One mean comment, I'll probably be crying in the corner. My granny has come up with some crazy recipes, but I'm usually surprised by how good it is. Especially, since the two recipes that you shared, I've never heard about before. So your granny was a G. I would keep going as I have such a stubborn streak. Once I get started, I must go until my body fails. But afterwards, that one comment would burn my brain and live there rent free of the rest of their. I'm so sorry, Jem. It happens to me as well. Like the comments that are resting or living rent free in my brain is basically like one person's comment, like an archetype of a person. And this person looks at me and then kind of like sums me up. Everything I am, everything I do, everything I believe, all of the stuff I've been through as druggy. He does drugs. That's why. That's why he is the way he is, just because he does drugs. And I'm like, yo, how how tone deaf can you be? You believe drugs does this to you? If it does this to you, every single person in the world needs to start taking drugs right now. Makes you dance like an insane person. Everyone, like I'm genuine, like I'm not even joking. And I shared this belief with my mom as well. If smoking weed made you dance with the ferocity that I try to dance with, every single person needs to start smoking weed right now. Because if we all start dancing like that, at least when we're high on weed, just imagine how fit we would become, how healthy we would become, how happy human beings would be to dance with one another. So I get you. I get you completely, woman in a van. Thank you, friend. Thank you for being here, for sharing with us. I want to genuinely create as many things worth saying in your brain, that lives there rent free as well, so that eventually there's just no room for any bad stuff. Can confirm, can be hurtful. Just takes a little time to remind myself that love is true, right? That's what I do as well. I'd be. I'll get like worked up from this person being like, yeah, don't do drugs, kids. And then I'll be like, and then I'm like, oh, love is true. Maybe he does actually care about kids. So maybe his comment is still shared in love. If you feel on that, I can still remember who, where, when, and all of that first person to call me fat. But no, okay. The first thing that's coming up in my mind is to forgive that person. But I'll leave it at that. Feel free to connect with me. I've recently turned my life and relationship upside down and would be happy to be an ear or a long distance hug. Thank you so much, Kelly. Thank you so, so much. Please do reach out to Heather actually on the Discord. I do believe she's there under the exact same username. I can't think of a single reason anyone would have anything bad to say about you. And all of my friends, seriously, you're so beautiful, inside and out. The only reason someone has something bad to say is because we're mirrors, Jem. They see something in us that they might not be recognizing in themselves, or they might be recognizing in themselves, and that creates a sense of contention in them, and then they try and hurt the other person because they might be hurting themselves. It's yeah, it's still love, they're experiencing love and they don't know how to process it. Simplification is for the short-sighted or the uninterested, right? But okay. And I find myself simplifying things as well. I'm shooting shorts. I know I have 4 shorts right now, and I'm posting them. And I'm having a good time doing it actually. It's so surreal to me since we can have so much information shared in this space. And now I'm creating this content that's like 15 seconds long, the whole video. And it's such a contrast. Yes, how soul shattering the feeling was to be judged so cruelly by someone else. Like, especially since it's something so arbitrary, like something that doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter to them. Why would you hurt another person because of something like that? Maybe the buddy system wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't think so either, actually. Can you take a brief moment to reflect on the fact that Melty has the most beautiful hands? I do? Do I have beautiful hands? I've never considered. To me, they've been looking like hands this whole time. Damage. Thank you. Thank you so much, my friend. Maybe one day I'll land that hand modeling gig. Oh, oh, who, he. I don't know. I don't know. Like, for some reason, there's this like movie that's coming on my mind. I think it was something like "Are We There Yet?" where there's this hand model chick and then her fingers gets like knocked in a bonnet. So every single time I think of hand modeling, I just imagine my fingers getting like crushed or something, getting my hands wrecked, never being able to. I'm a hands person, lol. I have thought of this. Man, that's such a. Like now I'm tripping out about these freaking arms, mini arms attached to my big arms. They've done the job. They have allowed me to pick things up and stuff. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, friends, eternally. Lol. That's why I do all my exercises alone or with Mr. Van in a quiet place. He doesn't seem to care that I get a bright red, sweaty mess when I work out. Like, I think, if anything, it would be encouraging of that. I muster, I mutter names every once in a while when I stub a toe or something. No true wish of harming, just a reminder sent to them of the impact they had. Hmm, that's very interesting, man. Okay. I like that actually, especially left-handed people. I love your hands and rings, Uncle Becky. Yeah, like Jem actually has an infinity ring. I was tripping out the first time I actually saw it. Seriously, most of the judgment I receive is for the choices I make with my freedom, and they simply don't even have the choice at all. You're right, Aunt B. And I feel, from that perspective, it makes us realize that we're not the ones at a loss. Even though this person might have said something hurtful, we're not the ones at a loss. My dad was a lefty, and watching him craft that way was always so different and reminds me of being a kid. That's beautiful. Long Relation says, I don't know how you know all this stuff, Melt, but you keep saying many things my therapist says. So wise. Long Relation, I don't know either, friend. To be honest, I believe and I feel I'm drawing from wisdom that Brother Ryan has shared with me as well. I I'm just trying to be an open conduit to the universe. And then I ask questions, and then the questions I ask, I weigh with inside of myself whether it's true or not. And depending on inside of me. So I like the information I'm sharing, I don't even know if it's correct. All that I hope with the information I share is that you listen and that you take it into your heart and that you feel something. And that feeling of something is what I hope for. Not so much that you go out and do something with the information, not so much that you change your entire life, just that you feel things. And I appreciate you, Long Relation, for making me feel things in this moment. I do try and be an open conduit to information, from the world as well. So I've had a lot of time to learn things, but yeah, thank you again. Mirroring, dude, you're just seeing the wisdom that you've experienced, as you said. Like your therapist has said these things as well. You got to experience them from your perspective. Your therapist was a mirror to you. I'm a mirror to you as well. All of this wisdom is within you, my friend. You're just seeing it reflected back to you. Yes, we can, lol. I have a weird obsession with hands. I have met a couple of people with the most perfect hands, and I've been at it for so long. I've even found two people of the same hands. Maybe there may be a type. That's very interesting, Heather. Like I'll have to start the whole OnlyFans hand account or something. I'm joking. They're right there. They're right there is exactly why I'm feeling comfortable with sharing and encouraging Mel's Patreon. Thank you so much. Thank you again, Aunt B, for sharing the Patreon link. Your friends have done so much. We're like at 70% of a cost of living, and my cost of living here in South Africa, if I were to move away, and I would actually be able to move if we hit that cost of living goal, is $500. With $500 a month, I'm allowed to live. And it's surreal to me that, we have wording like that, cost of living. But what's even more surreal to me is the fact that you friends have been supporting me with such a passion, with such a genuine indication that we believe what we're doing here is true. We believe that what we're doing here can actually help the world. And the fact that your friends are willing to add fire or fuel to that fire, that we're collectively, building on. Thank you. Thank you so much, friends, for being willing to support. I love long fingernails with wider knuckles and short. I love long fingers with wider knuckles and short fingernails. So, like these fingernails are usually short, but this one I leave a little bit longer because I play a kalimba, and having a little bit longer thumbnails helps with that as well. They are your choices, and the only judgment that matters is your own. And as far as everyone who supports Haywire Hill is concerned, you're living the dream. Absolutely. You know, and I feel it's from that perspective that people are suffering. Exactly, Melt. I genuinely feel for them in my heart. There we go. Yeah, Aunt B knows. Aunt B is so wise. And it's so what I'm feeling, Aunt B, is that even though we realize how much we have to be grateful for, within these things to be grateful for, there are things that you might not be grateful for, or that might preface the things that you're grateful for, make the things that you're grateful for a little bit less accessible, whatever you want to say. And people aren't aware of those things as well. You know, like surely I am where I am right now, and I'm experiencing what I'm experiencing right now. But all of the other stuff that I had to go through, all of the other stuff that I actively go through to be where it is we are right now, you know, isn't necessarily discussed or experienced as such. And it creates this duality with us as well of like, I feel for this person, you know, my heart, I feel for them in my heart, you know, my heart melts for them. But at the same time, I don't think they would want what it is I have right now. You know, I feel it would be torture to make someone think the way that I think sometimes. I I think about that a lot because I want to, in some way, you know, be able to show someone my way of thinking. But then I imagine like this scenario where I like have this magic ability to let someone think the way that I think, and then like I touch my forehead or something, and then suddenly they start thinking the way that I do, and then I just see their faces, you know, go from extreme confusion to extreme shock to extreme horror, and then just them losing their minds. And I'm like, oh goodness, what have I done? So yeah, on B, I feel completely where you're coming from. All we can be is aware. Try and be aware, if you will. Hey, Kira Verb here. Kira Verb is here. We were talking about you a little bit earlier, Kira Verb. Thank you for joining us. Melt pull-ups or push-ups? Darn, pull-ups are hard and a different measuring tool. Yeah, pull-ups. Like I can do in a day probably like 300 push-ups. I do about 100, you know, these days for exercise reasons. But if I had to push myself, I would be able to do like 300 or 400 a day, but I can do 50 pull-ups pretty easily. Easily is it's a little bit strong of a word choice. Agree. We had people collecting money at the door for kids in Africa yesterday. I said sorry. There's already some crazy kid in South Africa that I wish to support. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that as well, Ninja Peach. Because I agree, you know, like, and I was feeling this in myself, and I shared a little bit of this yesterday of wanting to just, you know, give everything away, you know, like literally, as Jem said as well, the shirt off of my back. But because we have aligned ourselves with a certain understanding of where it is we want our energy to go, we need to stick with that. And we need to respect that as well in a way where we are showing us, ourselves, and the universe that we believe in something. You know, we believe in giving, but in this believing of giving, we're also doing it mindfully. And thank you. Thank you so much, Ninja Peach. Thank you for supporting me and for being willing to feed a hungry kid in South Africa. You know, because you have a strong empathy. You are open and honest with yourself and your vulnerability, and as a result, respect and honor the vulnerability in other people. Like, I believe this is us, you know? Like, these things, I read the compliments you friends share with me, and I feel this, I would like to give this compliment to every single one of you. I swear, he said pull ups. Yeah. Oh, I'm so strong right now. I can do about 50 a day. And I was like, oh, I can even do one. Yeah, pull ups, Jam. Pull ups. Like, and I feel so the pull ups I do, you know, I do one set like this, one set like this, one set like this, one set with bars like that, and then one set wide, you know, and then I do 10 of each. So, like 50 total. Only hands. Only hands. Yes. Yes, finally. starts making a good living selling hand picks. And I guess I read this hilarious. The reason I'm thinking about it, I saw this hilarious Facebook post of you wake up shocked. You're a lizard basking in the sun. The dream of selling feet pics to pay off student loans is quickly fading in your head, and the meaning of it is feeling completely arbitrary. You lick your eyeballs to moisten them. Life is good. I'm gonna go eat a bug. Yeah. Hell yeah. I want to be a lizard too. I'm so grateful for your support. And I love this point that you've made. My judgment matters. The only comment that bothers me are the ones I'm aware of and I'm trying to work on. On B, I believe that we're genuinely making ourselves stronger with this journey as well. For just 1 hour a day in part two. Thank you so much, Ninja Peach. I've learned to accept worry is already there, and why allow anyone else to be any part of my personal growth? Exactly. Especially if they're not trying to contribute to your personal growth, if they're trying to like tear you apart. you know, like no, I'm not gonna. You can't sit with me because you keep fucking pushing my Jenga blocks over. So you sit there, and then I'm gonna build my Jenga blocks, okay? And then afterwards you can look at it, and if you want to push it over, fine. But for this topic, I'm gonna be building a lot. Hugging everyone here. Thank you, Kira Burb. Hugging you, my friend. I totally get it. The first time I got a troll comment, I was like being back at school all over again, and I can really cut deep. Keep trying, and eventually it will roll off of us because we will reply with love. I agree, and we're like strengthening that muscle. Like if it's a muscle in us to be able to respond in love, even though we receive hatred, we're training that muscle actively. Trolls say that they do, Jam. Hey, Servinia. Meowdy to you, friend. Thank you for joining us. Literally was about to type up Miss Servinia. You were summoning her, Gem. Your mind, was putting out gravitational waves, and those gravitational waves pulled our Servinia in here. I was thinking of today with a giggle. Didn't want to finish. Servinia was thinking of you today. I see that the joke still isn't over. Glad I didn't worry about it. No need to worry about it at all, my friend. Actually, just laughed that loud. Remind me of Jon Snow. Thank you, Rabbit Wolf. I've had that one a few times, friend. Kit Harington and me, could have been cousins in another life. Bloops. Planning an assassination? Goodness, I hope not. That has been my favorite melty stream of all time until tomorrow. Chem, you say the most beautiful things, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us and for being in this moment with us. Love you all. Gotta go. Just clocked out at the 14-hour shift, so I'm gonna head home now. Have a good one. Mononoke. Sleep well. Have an outstanding week yourself. Thank you for sharing the space with us for even a moment. I feel this so much, Melty. I didn't wish my mind on the worst enemy. Yeah, I just think about it. Goodness. Just suddenly, this person melts in front of you. Like the reason I believe someone would go insane if they had to think the way that I do is just because of what's going on inside of my head. Like at any moment, there is so much. I would like try to reference, and that's what's come out. Yeah, exactly that. And then I'm like, oh yes, I need to breathe. That's why I started meditating as well, so that I can, calm down. Yes, see, I was a menace, as a kid, because I would just let that outside, break things, burn things, like explore. I would just disappear. I would just disappear for hours at a time, where I just like venture somewhere, sit with a plant and look at it or whatever. I would be, I wouldn't want myself as a kid. It was too brutal. Take care. Maybe it's the apple cider vinegar that gives Melt the massive power so he can do so many pull-ups. Like honestly, Heather, I feel weirdly enough what allowed me to do more pull-ups is just losing weight. Like as I was losing weight, I also so like okay, backtrack a little bit. As you get stronger, you have more muscle mass. More muscle mass means your muscles are gonna eat more food. If you don't change your calorie consumption, your body is going to take from your body as a fuel source, your fat. And then because of that, you both get stronger and you get lighter at the same time. And like losing 5 kilograms, for example, like 10 pounds, and doing pull ups, it literally feels like you're a new person doing the same pull ups. So I feel it's just, practice, 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 Heather. Practice, practice, practice makes perfect every single time. Actually, that's a fair point. It's stationary. Seeing this, I can't do a single one either. Afternoon, magnificent mama. So much love being shared. Friends, thank you. That joke still isn't over. I swear I don't roll on the floor and pee my pants laughing with rage. You can sit here. That seat's taken by friends. Yes, exactly that. That's even better, Auntie. I hear the summoning mom of yours melt. Give her a good hug for me. She was just here. Thank you. Thank you so much, Heather. Like want to go to the bathroom as well. My tummy hurts just reading this. It's still over, I swear. I don't think I'm in the loop of the joke. When someone makes a comment about you, before you take it, before you take in what the comment says, judge whether that person even knows you, whether their opinion matters to you. Those you care about will comment based on something rather than malice. Ooh, that's a beautiful point to make, actually, Sarvinia. Before even reading the person's comment, read the name and be like, is this person's opinion important to me? Do I know this person? Does this person know me? And then based on that information, is what they're gonna say next something I have to, get bothered by? You're so right. Like 100%. That I think that is such a beautiful thing to say, especially in today's, lesson as well, of things outside of our control. It's not inside of our control whether another person is going to say some whack shit to us, but it is inside of our control whether or not we're going to take it to heart. And I think that's an amazing resource to reference. Do not take it to heart. Ask yourself, is this person's opinion valid? Do they know me? Do I care about what they're going to say? I'll start remembering that. Me too. Genuinely, me too. Melt is probably so confused by this point. One of my viewers started posting the world's longest joke in my stream yesterday, and it's still not over. And he keeps going, be right back. Just remembering what I said yesterday in DM. And you can assess whether it's a building the paving blocks to where you want to be on your journey or where you are leaving from. Like I trip out, and you friends have seen me trip out so much about the power of this space, the power of perspective enhancing streams, the amount of information we gain by just allowing ourselves to think with more than one brain. And that's what we're doing. When someone sends their message, I'm thinking with your brain. Think about that. As I'm reading Ninja Peach's message, that reminds me of Dr. Seuss' quote: "Be with you, be who you are, and say what you feel, because those that matter won't mind, and those who mind don't matter." You see, like, I didn't even for a split second have that, thought when I was reading Servinia's message. And now, because I'm not just thinking with my own brain, I can think with Ninja's brain as well. Now I could see into that world of, Dr. Seuss' quote. That is a beautiful one. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those that matter won't mind, and those that mind don't matter. So freaking awesome. Yeah, like absolutely. The suspense. Holding on to anger is like holding on to a hot coal. You're the one that gets burned easier if you learn to let go and rest in peace that lies beneath those emotions. Die often. What a beautiful, way to end this stream. Thank you for sharing that wisdom with us. Thank you for sharing this moment with me, friends. I appreciate you eternally. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for practicing what is in your control. And within this control that you've had, you chose to be lovingly. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you so much. I swear I will break something of my size, don't split. If my laughter can be heard by anything besides bats, it wasn't worth it. Wishing all of you a beautiful rest of your day. You're amazing peeps. You know that. You're doing a great job at existing. Remember that. Thank you so much, Talia. Do remember the same thing for yourself. Thank you for reminding us of that as well. Yeah, that puts it in better than I thought. I love you, friends, to bits. To freaking bits. Thank you, guys. Dr. Seuss is a G. Oh, yes, he is. Thank you, guys, for always saying the most beautiful things. You never know when it's exactly what someone needs to hear that day. One word, one exchange can end someone's life. And in the exact same way, one exchange, one word can save someone's life. Loves yous to bits. To freaking bits. Love you to bits, and those bits become smaller bits, and then those bits become even smaller bits, to the point where it's just such fine bits that they start consolidating, melting into each other to make one big bit again, that I can again start to love into bits. I love you, friends, so much. Thank you, Mojo. Thank you, Jam. Thank you, Aunt B and Jovan, Ninja Peach, Mammy. Like, if I'm missing you, friends, and I'm probably missing so many of you right now. I love you, bits, friends. Talia, so much. Still working on letting go of the piece. Burning coal. It's tough. It is. I'm invested. I love you, peeps, so freaking much. Me too. Me too. I'm so glad to hear that. Hope you're having a beautiful day. I hope you have a beautiful day, friends. If I can encourage you, inspire you to do anything with these streams, is to go and live in life with one truth: love. You know, if you ask yourself, with the things you do, with the way you speak to people, is love true in the way I'm doing this? And you can answer yourself yes or no. In that case, life will be a lot better, not only for you, but for those that you do that with as well. Thank you for being willing. Keep up the openness and positivity. Thank you, Princess Pippi. We look forward to seeing you again, friend. You were a wonderful co-creator. I am, every day I get to spend in the company of the fine folks in a beautiful day. Jem, you are. You are! No, you, beautiful person. I love you, friends, to so freaking much. I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, my beloved friends.